soldiers of the German Eastern Front. For the last time, our deadly Jewish Bolshevik enemy has lined up his masses for the attack. He is trying to smash Germany and exterminate our revolt. To a great degree, you soldiers of the East, know yourselves what fate is threatening all German women, girls and children. While the old men and children will be murdered, women and girls will be degraded to barrack halls, the rest will march off to Siberia. We have anticipated this hour. Since January, everything possible has been done in order to erect a strong front. Our mighty artillery greets the enemy. Our infantry's losses have been made good by countless new units. Units on the alert, newly activated units, and the Volkssturm reinforce our front. The Bolshevik will this time meet the old fate of Asia. That is, he must and will bleed to death in front of the capital of the German Reich. Any regiment or division that abandons its position acts so disgracefully that it should be ashamed before the women and children who are enduring the terror bombing against our cities. Above all, watch out for the few treacherous officers and soldiers who, in order to save their own lives, will fight against us, paid by the Russians. Perhaps even wearing German uniforms, whoever orders you to retreat must be immediately arrested and if necessary killed on the spot, no matter what his rank may be. Than the last Asian front. Every soldier does his duty at the Eastern Front, then the last Asian attack will be broken. Just as the invasion of our enemies in the West will be broken in spite of everything. Berlin will remain German, Vienna will again become German, and Europe will never become Russian. Form a sworn community, not with upon the empty concept of a fatherland, but for the defense of your homeland, your women, your children, and thereby our future. In this hour, the entire German folk looks to you, my fighters in the East, and hopes that through your steadfast zeal, arms and leadership, the Bolshevik attack will drown in a bloodbath. At this moment in which Providence has removed the greatest war criminal of all time, 151 from this earth, the turning point of this war is being decided. Thus, National Socialism, in the midst of gigantic economic, social and cultural reconstruction work, has also educationally given to the German people that armor without which no military values can be created. The power of resistance of our nation has increased so tremendously since the 30th of January 1933 that it cannot be compared anymore with that of former times. But the maintaining of this inner power of resistance is by the same token the safest guarantor of final victory. If Europe today finds itself stricken with a severe illness, the stricken countries will either overcome this illness by exerting their full and utmost power of resistance, or they will succumb. Yet the convalescent and survivor overcomes the climax of such an illness only in a crisis that utterly weakens him. But in spite of all, it is all the more our immutable will not to shrink from anything in this battle for the salvation of our people from the most dreadful fate of all times, and unflinchingly and faithfully obey the law of the preservation of our nation. God the Almighty has made our nation. By defending its existence, we are defending His work. The fact that this defense is fraught with incalculable misery, suffering and hardships makes us even more attached to this nation, but it also gives us that hard will needed to fulfill our duty even in the most critical struggle, not only to fulfill our duty toward the decent, noble Germans, but also our duty toward those few infamous ones who turn their backs on their people. In this faithful battle, there is therefore for us but one command. He who fights honorably can thus save his own life and the lives of his loved ones. Because of cowardice or lack of character turns his back on the nation shall inexorably die an ignominious death. That National Socialism succeeded in awakening and strengthening this spirit in our German people is a great achievement. Only when this mighty world drama will have died away and the bells of peace are ringing will realization come of what the German people owes to this spiritual renaissance, no less than its existence in this world. When was a helpless goose ever not eaten by the fox because she was constitutionally incapable of harboring aggressive designs? And when has a wolf ever reformed and become a pacifist because sheep do not wear armor? If there are still bourgeois states who earnestly believe this, that only proves how necessary it was to do away with an era that by its educational system managed to cultivate and maintain such notions, nay, even granted them political influence. The fight against this Jewish Asiatic Bolshevism had been raging long before National Socialism came into power. I know, my dear folks, Genossen, the demands this war makes on you. There may be no man who knows his people and their homeland better than I know Germany. Alas, like a phoenix from the ashes, so the strong German will all the more rise up anew from the ruins of our cities. It has taken hold not only of millions of our soldiers, but also of millions of male and female workers, of women, even of children. It's inflicted on them individually is immeasurable, but equally immeasurable is the greatness of their attitude. Once this time of suffering is over, every German will be incredibly proud of being allowed to be a member of such a vote.